how do we get a 90% win rate on our trades? I mean, this is what a lot of people want. They go in and pay for subscriptions or lists or marketing newsletters where they go in and say, hey, I want a 90% win rate. Copy me trading. And unfortunately, a lot of these things, yes, you could go in and say, okay, you get a 90% win rate on these trades, but most people aren't able to handle the volatility, the movement, or the wiggle, or handle those trades when they go against them. But do these services really provide a 90% win rate? And the answer is in most cases, you can. I'm going to show you in this video how you can do it. Now, in my case, in my experience, what I've seen over the years, because I've coached people over the last decade from one-on-one coaching to classes and courses, is that a lot of people, when they do these types of things, is most of the time it's about managing the loss, meaning how do people handle the loss side of things, than it is really about doing the win side. So I'm going to show you this trade. We did and ran this thing in one of our latest classes. This is selling vertical spreads. So this could be credit spreads from the put side or the call side. And we did a 3-day workshop. Now, if you'd like more information about it, just send me a note, go to our website, send me a note, and I'll give you more insight about this. But anyways, the point is that when you go into these types of things and you go into selling vertical spreads, one of the things that happens is that people go in and they set up some of this vertical spread. So let's go to Caterpillar. We're going to go to 25 days and we'll set up a vertical spread. Now, how do you get a 95% win rate? Well, your win rate actually is going to be right here. You can change these items and we can go to probability of out of the money. And look, I can go down to kind of 95. Now, in this case, there's not anything traded right now because the market's kind of moving and whipping around. But here's 18 days. Look, I can go further out all the way down there, and it gives me a high degree or chance of probability out of the money. I could get way out there and sell some cheap credit spreads and then get that probability or win rate. Let's check out the QQQ. So what this does is by going further in these types of trades, what it allows you to do is say, okay, well, I'm going to go to the 95% win rate or the 90% win rate right here. And I'm going to sell these credit spreads right here. So I'm going to sell this one and buy this one. And that gives me $25 win. Now, you might say, oh, it's not that much. Yeah, exactly. The further out you go and the higher chance of winning, the less credit and premium you kind of receive. So when we do these types of trades, yes, they win often, and we do get that 90% win rate because we're looking to make $25, but the risk, unfortunately, is we're risking $475. Now, the probabilities do work out if you go in and do these based on the number of occurrences, like one, this week, then another one next week, then another one next week. So you keep doing these types of trades over and over again, and eventually you do win and get that 90% win rate. But the downside is when they start going against you, you're trying to make 25, but then you end up maybe losing sometimes 180, sometimes 240. You could try and stop out and go, okay, well, I lose not 25, but maybe I lose 50 or 75. You could determine, do I lose a 2x, 3x, 4x behind this? And that is something that you have to judge depending on the situation. But my point is can you set up and structure these types of trades? Absolutely. But what I want you to pay attention to is that when you do these things, is that risk to reward ratio? Because this is where people get into some trouble, because if our risk is 475 and our reward is only $25, that means I might be pulling in, even at max profit, 25, 25, 25, okay, even at max profit, but then it starts going against you, or you get a nasty gap down, especially if you're holding things for a while. And let's say you just lose 300. Well, all of a sudden you lost a ton of these trades. You lost basically all of these trades, and it takes a while to get back to even just break even or get to profitability. So that's something you have to really keep in mind, is that you have this thing called a tail end risk where, yeah, the market might be moving this way, but then over here, there's this risk known as the tail end risk that you have to account for. Because if you don't account for that, what's going to happen is that you'll just blow up in your face at one point, and it might be working fine for 2-3 years. I've seen it happen in some of the guys I've worked with, or they call me up for like a one single session, not like the people I work with where we work every couple of days, but the people that just call me out of the blue and say, hey, I did this trade, I've been working well on it for 2-3 years, and all of a sudden it just blows up in my face. And that's because of the tail end risk that they had. The account grew for a while, 2-3 years, and then they gave it back all within 1 or 2 days. And this is one of the things you don't want to get into. So we covered a handful of these things, selling vertical credit spreads in this class. But what's going to happen is that when you do these things, we want to make sure we spread our risk out in different zones. So for example, we might do one credit spread here, another one here, another one here, as positions are moving, and then we're slowly peeling off the profit. Now, one other thing that you might want to do is, rather than doing something with this 90% win rate, in fact, sometimes a win rate that's a little bit lower is better, because when it blows up in your face, what's going to happen is that you don't lose as much. So take a look at this one, where now if I start moving this closer to the current price, right now we're risking 475, okay, but we're only making 25 bucks, right? So we're making 25, but it is really far. It feels safe. It feels better for most people. But what's going to happen is that if you start bringing this into a 380, let's go to 375, I start making more credit. I make $34, okay? And then I start going in here to 390, 385 over here. Again, now I start making a little more. I make $42 on 458. Let's go in a little bit further. Let's go to 405 and a 400. And what you'll see now, you're making almost triple, not quite triple, but almost triple. And you're risking 436. You're risking quite a bit less. We're going to go one more time, maybe 415 and a 410. Okay, so now we're making $83 for a risk of 417. So that's a little bit more manageable, because now if it really goes against us, okay, what we've done is we're looking to build $83 all the time. Now we're still risking 417. So I want you to think of this concept now. So if we're going to make now $83, or let's just call it 80, maybe 70, 80. When it goes wrong, the thing is in a lot of cases, just like before over here, you could stop out, right? 3 times, 2 times your loss. The same thing over here, you can stop out. However, when it blows up in your face, think of it like this. If you've won a bunch of these trades, okay, let's say you won 8 times 10, so that's 800 bucks. When it blows up in your face, it's not as nasty. Yes, you're risking a little bit less, maybe 417 or so. So even if it blows up in your face, you might lose maybe 200-300 bucks. Okay, but the problem with the side over here with the $25 is you didn't accumulate enough money or capital for that blow up. Okay, whereas over here you're actually collecting 83, 80, 75, 70 bucks, and that way you have a bigger cushion. So when it does go against you, you're actually going to have a bigger pot. So that's the thing, is that when you have a bigger pot and then it's reduced, because it will go against you at a certain point, you do enough of these, you're at least starting with a nice bigger chunk of change or cushion. Because if you're only collecting scraps, that's fine to do here and there, but you have to watch that tail end risk. And you don't have a big enough pot, because if I do 10 trades times 25, so let's look at it this way. 10 trades times 25, you're looking to make only 250 bucks. But 10 trades times about 80 bucks, you're looking to make 800 bucks. So you're already going to make a lot more in that pot. And when it goes against you, let's say it goes against you 300 bucks as your stop. Well, in both cases, on the one where you're making a small amount, you're actually at a loss, where the one you made 80 bucks, you're at still a winner for the group or profitability state. Anyways, hope that helps, gives you a little insight on how you can have a high degree of profitability with your vertical spreads, but also some of the risks that you might encounter with doing something like this. And again, this is a class we did not too long ago. So just let me know if you have any questions specifically to vertical spreads, or if you have more questions about learning about some of these classes. We did the selling vertical credit spreads, but we've done a ton of classes here, just even in 2025 recently. So anyways, hope you join us. Thanks for joining me here in this video. Hope you learned quite a bit. Write me a note down in the comments below, or if you want, you can send us a message on our website, which is usually the best way. You can also text me. My number's right on there. All right, thanks for joining me, and I will see you on the next one.